Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Learn Rock Lighting, where we teach you to rock some lights. So let's do this thing today. Today's episode is going to be about addressing lights. But before we do that, a new piece of terminology. This is an IEC cable. This is what we're going to use on this particular light. A lot of lights use IEC cables, and there's also other ways of powering lights with different connectors, but we'll save that for another time. The IEC cable plugs in the back of the light, and that's your Edison plug that plugs into power. Before we go any further, let's review the nomenclature of the light. This is the actual light that we're going to be using to address. This is where the IEC is going to plug into, giving us power. This would be power out, and the line would run all the way to over here where there's no light. This is DMX in, and then for the purpose of daisy chaining, this will be DMX out. This is all the digital readout stuff right here. This is where the address is going to go. This button right here is menu. You have a selection of different things you could do through this button. For today's purpose, we are going to be doing addressing, DMXing a light. This is up, this is down, and this is enter to save and store the information that you punched in. For simplicity, today we're going to be using just two lights, these two lights, and a very simple little light board, just to keep it easy and for this demonstration. After this, starting on the next episode, I'm going to be using my Show Express board, and as time goes by, we're going to teach you all about Show Express. All right, let's go address some lights. All right, guys, again, just to review and make sure we're on the same page. This is the IEC in. This is the power through or out, whatever you want to call it. This is the DMX in, and that is the DMX out. The light board that we're going to use has two lines that come out of it running to the lights. Not all of them do that. A lot of them only have one. When would somebody use two lines coming out? A good example might be they're running one line out to light up the right side of the stage, and they're running another one out to the lights on the left side of the stage, just to make it easier, neater, and cleaner. So that's one way to do it. So our first demonstration is going to be with a line coming out of each side of the back of the board, going to the input of the DMX on the lights. But before we do that, we're going to show you how to address these lights. These lights are now set to channel 9. We want to put them in channel 1 of the light board. Let's say we just bought these lights and we turn them on, and when we do, we're seeing that they're channel 9. So now we want to take them to 1. On this particular board, all we got to do is press down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we hit enter, and it saves it. And I always recommend holding enter in for about 3 seconds. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other light. I'm in the dark, so I'm feeling. First button is menu, then up, and then down. 3, 2, 1. Enter. It shows save. Now we're going to DMX them. We're going to take one DMX line out of the back of the light board, and we're going to plug it in. Love that sound. Wait for it to click. Plugging in the second one, and click. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right next to the A on each one of these lights, you see a little flashing light. It's real small in the video, I get it. That light means there's DMX present every time you see one. If there's not a flashing light or something telling you on the back of a light, you don't have DMX. Sometimes this whole thing will flash, A001. The whole thing will flash, or there's a little dot, but there's some way of telling you that there's DMX present in every light. Little trick I want to teach you. is you always want to use the quickest route to getting to the channel that you want to. Let's say we wanted to put this light here in 512. We could go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's not do that. Take it down. Assuming we were starting on 1 but wanted 512, we're going to hit down. It's going to go to 512. It's at 512. Let's say we want it to be on 1. We're going to hit up. There is no 513. It repeats at 1. So when we hit up, it goes to 1. Just a good little trick to know. Keep in mind, this fixture only has 8 channels in it. There's no option to use 11 or 13 or anything else. It can only be 8. In our next episode, we're going to show you how to program to a variety of different channels. And our next episode, by the way, will be programming moving lights. All right, the personality of this light is number 1 is the master fader. We can't turn up any lights until we have the master fader up. So the master fader goes up. The next one is red in channel 2. And there we have red. You can see it out of this little area to the right, but we'll get you straightened up here in a minute and show you the whole thing. I want to show you something real quick. We talked about values. If you look at the top right of the board where those green digital numbers are, they start at 0, push the fader up, and they end at 255. So if we go halfway up, we have about half power on the light. Go all the way to 255, we have full power. All right, quick demo of the colors here. I've pushed up 1, the master fader. I now have red. Pull it down. I push up channel 3, I have green. Channel 4, I have blue. When I push up 2 and 3, little color mixing right there. We have something that's supposed to slightly resemble yellow. When we take the green out, we just return back to red. Here we have blue. We want to add a little bit of green in. And we have like a turquoise color, a aqua type color. Take the blue out, we're back to green. A little bit on color mixing. Now we are going to wire up a daisy chain. We're going to keep both the lights in channel 1. Real simple stuff, guys. We're going to the first light, we're going in, or out, excuse me. We're going in on the second light. And that's it. Voila. The lights are daisy chained. We still have both lights on channel 1 for their starting address. And here's red, both lights, green, blue. Now we're going to keep these lights daisy chained and we're going to split the addresses up. We're going to make the starting address for the second light 9 because 1 is 1 through 8. So the next one in order will be 9, of course. Real simple stuff. I'm going to go over here. Again, I'm in the dark. I feel for menu. I feel for up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like magic. We hit save. There we go. It's in 9. All right, they're in channel 1 and 9, and per the personality, 1 being the master fader. I'm pushing up 1 for the master fader in channel 1, and what's in channel 9? Another master fader. I'm pushing up 9. Gee, I already did. Okay, so here we have red, and here we have red, or we can have green. Now we can use different colors on each side of the stage. Using only 2 lights, who would do something like that? How about a duet or a solo act? Maybe there's a guy playing guitar on the left and a girl singing on the right. We want to have her lit up in one color and him in another. We can also flash back and forth. Now we're doing this all manually. When we get into the Show Express stuff, it's not going to be anything like that. per the personality of the lights, the strobe light would be 6 in the first light, and it would be 14 in the second light. And here is an example of where when the fader is pushed up, it doesn't actually intensify, it decreases. This particular strobe goes fast to slow. I'm pushing the fader up the whole time I'm talking to you. Now I'm bringing it back down a little bit, and we're on fast to slow. All right, using the strobe, we're now demonstrating police lighting. And I can assure you that that is something that you want to stay away from at all costs. When you see this in the back window, there's probably a good chance you're not going to make it to the gig to do the lights. All right, guys, that was addressing. Simple stuff, huh? Nice and easy. On the next video, we're going to be talking about programming moving lights. It gets a little bit more complex than programming the lights that we program today. I'm going to be using my Show Express, my regular main system, on the next video when we're programming moving lights, but we're not teaching Show Express yet. That's a couple more videos away after that. We're only going to be using Show Express to push faders up. I'll tell you a couple things about it here and there while we're doing it, but the actual training for programming it is still just like I said, it's a few videos away. You'll get a good little look at what Show Express looks like. It's going to be all digital faders. It's not a little board like this. This is Show Express right here. I do not work for Show Express. They don't even know my name or who I am, but I highly recommend that you look into getting Show Express. The download is free, and then you get a dongle that you have to purchase through Chave, and you have one heck of a master lighting program in your hands right there. But we'll talk more about that later. I respond to all questions, guys, so if you got a question, feel free to post it in the comments. I'll get back to you on that. And make sure you hit subscribe, because this is where we teach you how to rock some lights. Hasta la vista.